agree, we take our share of the blame for being negative towards the product. But I agree with Jerome. Nobody damages this football product like the football people or the Republic themselves. Now, all of you, this is what is happening currently. And I'm putting it, Mustafa, like we discussed the other time. When two countries are playing a game and it's a CAF sanctioned game, it is the FIFA referee that is supposed to handle the match. When two clubs from two different countries are playing a match, a continental game, it is the FIFA referee that is supposed to handle the match. If Kotoko and Hearts are playing an Africa club competition game in Ghana, it is the FIFA referee that is supposed to handle the match. We are playing WAFU under 20B, where Ghana has lost to Burkina Faso and we drew with Niger. A letter comes requesting for referees from our FA to go and participate. That's referee's manager's job to recommend to the general secretary to WAFU. Then we send two referees there who are not FIFA referees. Akugre and Salom Yao are there. They are unable to referee matches because they are not FIFA referees and as such don't have access to the CAF competition management system. So now Wafu is saying that Ghana should come and take their referees. They are sending them back because they can't referee. When they went there, their colleagues there complained, but these people are not FIFA referees from Ghana. So how do they? Is it that we don't have FIFA referees here? We do. But somebody's parochial interest means that they are going to test the waters. When they come, they will snatch FIFA badges from people. And I've seen Mustafa tweet already that we have one of our assistant referees being banned for 1 year because he awarded an offside goal. One error. He's been banned for 1 year. So now 1 year means you can't officiate. So let's take his FIFA badge and then we give it to one of the job for the boys. Salome Aobles is a good friend. He's a good referee. But he had a very bad season. A very bad season. We all saw that Kotoko and Hearts game. He was punished. When he came back from the punishment, he officiated more games than any referee in this country. Now, make that make sense that he goes home for like 8 matches, comes back after 7, 8 matches on the low side, and then officiates more matches than any referee in this country. Now you're taking him and Jonas Akubi there to Wafu when they are not FIFA referees. Now ask me, this cannot be as a result of competence. This is rather an agenda issue. Let me push these boys there. They are my boys. These are the very things some of us are uncomfortable with our football. Even when we know what the right thing is, we won't do it. Now, if the referees manager and the people involved in selecting referees are able to push an ineligible referee there, how much more players who are ineligible or not capable enough to play for our national team is being selected? So let's ask ourselves, what exactly are we looking for? What? But we are going to give the referees weekly payment, and then we are going to have a small number. The small number means they are going to take their people there. I mean, you know for real, Mustafa Nabila, you know Master Hansen will be in the elite group. No two ways about that.
Why?
Let's be honest. Because he's our good friend.
His balls still hurt. The B people, what you people did to his balls in that game, they still hurt.
But what can you do, Charlie?
So he deserved it. He deserved
it.
Yes, I actually didn't want to go on the referee angle, but I think that it's been quite unfortunate that we have an opportunity to present our best referees at the WAFU level, and we have to take class 1 referees simply because we want them to go and experiment. When they come back, then we'll promote them to the FIFA refereeing level. It's quite unfortunate, and that is why they've been there. No one even knows that they've gone there. No one has an idea. And in fact, just maybe those within the referee and the FA knows that we have 2 referees at the ongoing WAFU competition, but they've not been given a single match because they can't even access the competition system. So who made the decision to send them there?
When you say
they justify the claims that we put people we think are close to us or our friends or our family members. If this is the way we want to run the game in this country, then it's quite unfortunate. We've got so many FIFA referees in this country, and none of them were deemed good enough to be taken there.
All right, Mustafa.
Wrap up.
Thank you.
There's a lot of requests
Yeah.
around.
Cicho.
Yes,
Oh,
I want to say
I'll find out.
please, me, the referee, everything. I don't care. I want to come back to Congress. That is where the matter is.
Yeah, that's a question I want to put before you. I mean, don't you think the conduct of our Congress people? I mean, yesterday their conduct over there, how they were behaving, how they were saying yeah to everything. Don't you think it's raised an eyebrow? Because there are a lot of people too saying that our football constituency is designed in such a way that it is easy to buy everyone. What do you make of that?
Well, yeah. Listen, I think you can say whatever you want to say about Katz, right? He's a good politician. And that is why we saw the Congress we saw the last time. And when people say, yeah, the congressman, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and what Jerome said is a serious thing. It's a very serious thing. If the owners of our football clubs, if the people who are really investing in these football clubs, great people in different phases of these, of this life, are at Congress or are deeply involved in our football, then the issue of, if you like, generally bribing people, generally setting up people to back you for election would minimize. The things, I think Ketukogo is a very good politician. Of course, to win power and what it is at a GFA, you need to be a good politician. And I personally think he's done all the right things to make people who have to question him look the other way, or at least majority of Congress look the other way. And like Muftar said, at the World Cup, it felt like maybe it was also campaign, taking people to the World Cup and keeping them there, giving opportunities to people around the FA to work. I have nothing to back it. I'm just saying that maybe he's been able to create blocks for himself. So many blocks said that at Congress, whether they are really happy with how football is being run or not, they back him because he's played the politics on them. And he has them in his corner. And that is where the problem is. So if you don't have the real people who are spending monies in football, representing their club, yes. Say again?
Yeah, if you don't
have... Go for it, please go on.
Can you guess the US list?
So I was see, again, that is it. So the US, those who are going to go for the friendly match in Nashville, you can imagine what that is going to be used for. So yes, the response he was receiving at Congress, I wasn't surprised, but I have no favors from him. I don't need any favors from anybody. I mean, I'm not into the football. When I sit back, I've listened to his speech three times. Boga, Shinimo. See, the things he said, these are not things that are progressive for football. And some of the things he even promised, they mean nothing. They are just words. When you tell me you are giving clubs 50,000 for what, juvenile football, you said nothing. You've really said nothing. You've said nothing. When you tell me you are giving X amount of money to women's football, you've said nothing really. Because the point is, if you tell me you're giving Division 1 clubs an X amount of money, it doesn't ensure that anything proper is done to develop the game. Because by the time the money gets to the clubs promote the car. If you give Ghana Premier League clubs 50,000 to focus on juvenile football, only 5,000 will go into it because they cut that from 3 seasons ago. They need money to pay their current players.
Not to cut you. Where is the money coming from? See, when the decision to go autonomous came up,
when we get to the bridge, we will cross it.
You see, the initial money that was even suggested was $100,000, and clubs, 18 Premier League clubs in Ghana said they can pay 100,000. They can't pay, and then the currency was changed to 100,000, and even the 100,000 only
they are struggling. So I'm saying
that's sorry, fellas. Let me help, please. They have money. Let's not be deceived by we don't have money at the FA level. They have money. In fact, they run the FA. They have money. I'm even referring to where they will get money to do those things they are promising. I mean, in regards to the FA, they have money. Yeah. Now you look at the last accounting year.
If I say where is the money, they were able to tell us that the FIFA money is going into the development plans that they have for Pram.
Yes.
If there is money, at least for transparency, and this is an FA or this is a president that campaigned on transparency, we were expecting that the other promises would have also come with the financial commitment and where the source of funding was coming from.
Well, I absolutely understand that. But I wanted to provide perspective on how rich they are. After everything, this year, they ran at a profit of 1,011,292 cedis. Just the last accounting year alone. That's how much they made. And then they transferred that money to their accumulated fund account. And that accumulated fund has over 14 million Ghana cedis in it. So that's how rich they are in terms of cash reserves. They are rich.
All right.
They can't pay their referees and all that, but they are rich.
Right. Okay. So to wrap it up, listen. So what I'm saying is that for me, the promises my man gave at Congress, there isn't much in it because they are just, for me, words. Because there's no proper, if you like, plan towards what he has said. For example, when he told me that the FA will contribute 300,000 Ghana cedis for payment of officiating at the regional level, you've not said anything. You've not said anything. It's they are telling me you're increasing wages. You've not said anything. If you tell me that you give 100,000 to purchase football for all regional competitions, these things in 2023 is nothing. But you see, at Congress, people will clap because it's a political arena. It's the same thing. Mahama will go and stand somewhere and say that I'll bring you ball in 2023. They'll clap because it's a stronghold of NDC. I don't want to go and stand somewhere and say that I'll do this 1 kilometer road. They will clap. It is not very different from what we saw at Congress. And for me, the speech he gave, there's nothing in there that I think raises an eyebrow for me to say, wow. It was out of place, like I said, insensitive. And for me, it doesn't inspire any confidence in our football association as it is. But of course, as it stands, it's got three months to go also. If they keep him in the place, finally to wrap it up, if the GFA elected Congress elect Mr. Ketz E.S. Okraku, it means one thing. It means that everybody outside Congress doesn't understand football the way we think we do. Because only they know that he's done enough or he's doing enough to take Ghana football to the place that it really belongs. So they want to keep him there. But if they didn't who feeling the air and say get the job, then that one they mean say Bonnie and Tiasie. But if they don't start asking him questions, then I don't know where football will be heading into. Because Charlie.
Thank you very much. I mean, I go see saying quick one.
Yeah, quickly. Now me person me bisa say Atta Poku Andra minim say o attend Congress no in what capacity as a delegate and as a journalist?
Sorry, I went there as a journalist, please.
Oh, okay. Now me person me bisa say Congress no was it important and I say any important because I've
let me end right there so that the others can. It was very, very important. Very important. The Congress was very, very important.
Yeah. The entire me say any why date for the start of the league were not discussed?
Was not on the agenda.
Which of the members of ecosystem is speaking?
Yes. And second one, discussion of general annual audit report. No, other than one discussing.
Boss, make your point.
And third one.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I think he just
asking a question to the public. You know, I'm asking a question to the public.
Yeah, ecosystem. Hold on. These things are often forwarded to members 10 clear days before Congress.
Yeah.
You would have read the document before coming to Congress.
Okay.
If you have gray areas within the document, then you will raise it when you come to Congress. We've had that. In 2019, we had it. In 2021, at Pram, I covered that. Or was it 2020? I covered that. When Palmer came schooling the FA auditors, telling them that they didn't know what they were doing and all that. It is only when you have issues with the document that you raise it. But if you don't have issues, having gone through the financial statement of the FA and you feel it's okay, every member of the FA feels that it's okay. There's nothing to discuss. That's why most of the times when they go, they just tick the agenda and then they move on. Unless they get to an area that they have to vote. That's all.
Oh, okay. As a media, don't you think, sir?
Can I put more flesh on this?
Okay.
I'll come to you. Let me make him explain. I'll come to you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Now maybe sir, don't you think, sir, players registration, be a problem this season because GFA Erezi say money NI for National Identification Authority for evidence also na the Ghana card no aye registration. Before then, some of the players are not using the actual age your friend say Ghana card so any the player registration unim say entirely don't you think say it's going to cause confusion because we saw Division 1 people protesting boardroom point at the other, especially here Sky FC and Nations FC.
The questions you're asking, we don't have answers. So almost
that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, Aminu is there. Aminu is there.
No. Relax. I just added Aminu.
Aminu is not a general secretary. Issues of the FA don't go to Aminu. They go to the general secretary. So Aminu cannot answer.
Please.
And besides, honestly, these are issues that the clubs should be dealing with by themselves. If your ages don't tally, that's not the journalist problem. Wow problem. And it's not an FA problem.
And Fento,
if you have a different date of birth on Ghana card.
Even with the FA gives a window for clubs to come and rectify those errors or those duplicates. And some of the clubs, they fail to take advantage of that, especially the Sky case. So that one there, but Brenya, you have the mic now. Then maybe after that we go.
No, come in, Brenya. Let's go to Gary.
Gary has been on for a while, so
yeah. Okay, let's go. Brenya, hold on. Hold on for me, Gary. You're welcome to our space, Gary.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, from where you sit and what you observed yesterday, I mean, how do you see Ghana football and what our president read or said? How do you see Ghana football?
I joined the space late. Friends and my colleagues that I can constituencies. Charlie, you people no call me a bed Atta. I missed about, when did you begin? At 5? So I missed about an hour and 30 minutes. So I don't know if I'll be rehashing a lot of what has been said, but the general outlook for me of Ghana football, which is what we got from yesterday's Congress, I think I'll take it from 2 places. My disappointment with the members of Congress, I don't think I can quantify it. You see, because I went to my first FA Congress in 2007 or 2008. And with the greatest of respect, we don't have men at the Congress anymore. With the greatest of respect, we have a lot of boys there. It is not today that football politicians, or let me put it another way, football politicians did not start doing good politics today. But even then, they had the balls to question things that didn't go their way to a certain extent. So, to say that an FA president who wants to get another term of office will definitely come to you for X and Y. But you could concede or cede a certain position on certain issues. But to cede wholesale, like everything was rubber stamped as it was yesterday, I think it's problematic for me. I don't have any problem with football politics. Politicians being politicians, like Sicho mentioned. But I have posited that if he goes along this tangent, he probably could be a more successful football politician. And just so that anybody will go and quote me, I didn't say he's smarter than Kwesi, but he may be a more successful football politician than Kwesi Nyantakyi. In that he does not have hubris about him. He knows exactly where he's going, who he needs to satisfy, and most importantly, maybe some of the pitfalls that dogged his predecessor, he'll be able to jump the fence on, or he'll be able to jump the fence and avoid them. I have no problem with it. He's a football politician. That is how, that is what he's supposed to do. But what about all the other members of Congress whose daily jobs, daily bread relies on making this man and checking this man and his administration and making sure that what this man and his administration said they will do for them in the past 4 years has been or has not been done? That is my problem. Kurtz is a football politician. What you have to do to win power, he will do. He did that brilliantly yesterday. You understand? I'll do this for you, I'll do this for you, I'll do this for you. What I didn't see was the members, the people whose monies go into football every day. I didn't see them questioning some things that I thought they would question. And most of them, the last 30 minutes or so that I've been here have been, raised brilliantly by several of my colleagues in different ways. And that is my disappointment, because you see, Fent and I discussed the Congress yesterday at length over a very delicious Gary gobe. We go buy some gobe for the down there where we dissect the Congress. Thanks, what's up? And for me, it go on. For me, you see, we came to the conclusion that the way the Congress affects even us journalists is simple. And before the World Cup, most of you must have seen that I tweeted it twice or so, that when as a sports journalist or a football journalist, whatever your classification is, you want to argue things out. Remember that when national teams do well, your job will do well. So when people see us criticizing Congress and things that happen there, it is not because we hate anybody. It is because, you see, even when Kurt says that he is creating opportunities and wealth for all, we, even sports journalists and media, are a critical part of that. Most of us will not be where we are in our professions if Ghana football had not. I started my profession around 2006. It is no coincidence that my career has gone the way it has in the last 20 years. And this is important for me. You see, when everybody takes your name and goes away and say, oh, you this journalist, for those journalists who cannot put their like or dislike for and criticize constructively, the end result is that today, July 11th, this is the first time since I don't know how long that the Black Stars have not qualified for an African Cup of Nations before the final match of qualifiers. You see, that is the problem. Throughout my career as a journalist, right, by this time, before an AFCON, I am able to start planning, seek sponsorships, and make sure that I know what I am going to do at that AFCON. As we are here, we have 6 months to an AFCON. No journalist in this country, in Ghana, can say that they can plan to us at AFCON. I need people to understand that if we are constructively criticizing an administration, it is not hate or anything, because look, virtually our careers and our livelihoods depend on how well football is run. So the people at the Congress is who we rely on. Oh, sorry, hold on. The people at Congress is who we rely on to ensure that the right things are done. I don't understand how, for example, if Alhaji Grusa has come on the podium and he's arguing about certain things, nobody could raise a finger or could raise their voices and challenge Alhaji Grusa that But you also went to the World Cup. You were also purportedly given this one. So why are you now complaining? Why could nobody ask him those questions? And I have so many questions about how the football people themselves are bending over backwards without questioning anything. You see, that is my problem. Because on a day-to-day basis, are they satisfied with the way football is being run for them? Are they satisfied with how things are going? That is my issue with the football people. As for Kets, he's a football politician, and let me end the way I started. He will do what he has to do to win power. What about all the members of Congress? And to borrow Sicho's words, yesterday's Congress was a 100% vote of confidence in Keto Kraku's administration. But if you speak to Keto Kraku himself, I don't think he will give himself 10 over 10, which is what yesterday was. Mr. Host, are you there?
I'm here, Gary.
Yesterday, what we saw yesterday, in simple terms, what we saw yesterday was a virtual 10 over 10 endorsement of the administration of Keto Kraku.
Yeah, because in some way or the other, they are trying to affirm his good works.
That is what we saw. So if you pick a phone and ask any of the key members of Congress right now, including the president himself, will he give himself 10 over 10? So he has done what he has to do to ensure that you. But if you show our system football does it look like you understand? Look, I am all for continuity if it will send us to the promised land. I am all for continuity because football administration all around the world relies on policies that are not short-term in their nature. I get that. So when Kurt says that some of the things need time, and I have told several people that you see, some of these things like catch them young, and they need time for us to see the result properly. They need time. I have absolutely no problem with that. But if you are doing catch them young, and as we are hearing on the space today, some referees are going to regional tournaments, and we don't even know what their classifications are, how they got there. And the regional body is complaining that our referees are not good. Then what is the use of this catch them young policy, for example? You see, and we journalists, at the end of the day, we have over 2,000 people on this space. We can shout to the rooftops, but the real people who make the football happen.
Yeah, we don't take decisions.
You see, that is the point. This is not national election that we are going to do in 2024. And you see, the reason why I have slowed down on some of the talking is that in the past 5 years or so, I've been rationing my energy on a lot of things in my life. I've come to the conclusion that, especially football politics, if you can't appeal to the people who suffer the consequences, good or bad, of decisions on a day-to-day, all we are doing is getting ratings. And so at the end of this space, people will go and say, oh yeah, challenge GTV space, I'm for bio, yeah, they did. But
you don't take decisions. We don't
take decisions. And that is where my issue is. If we cannot influence the people who do the football, so that at the very least, at the elections which are impending, the vote will communicate to the FA president, so that even if Ed should win, you see, the vote will shake him small. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Exactly. So that in the next 4 years, there is, and I'm using this word advisedly, the ease with which he has been able to commandeer the first 4 years, he won't get such a joyride or an easy ride, because from what we saw yesterday, if it is like that and there is no fear delegates thing, the next elections is going to be a walk in the park for Mr. FA President. From what I'm seeing. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. All right. Thank you very much, Gary.
And Gary, you make a very
can I
point
have
about
my take now? Please, Mr. Host.
Ohini, go on. Then Sandy will come and Aminu will come.
Hello, guys. I've been here for far too long.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. I've been here for far too long. I need to disappear to. I'm doing Congress stuff. I need to disappear kindly.
All right, Sonny, you have the floor. Have the floor. Have the time.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me just address what Jerome said about me, and I'll use this thing as an advice based on what I've experienced as a journalist, as a communications person within the Football Federation, as an operative within the African football political sphere over the past years. And most importantly, in my experiences as a journalist at the highest level of world football journalism. And I say one thing. The thing is that, one, it's an industry all of us feed on. It's an industry all of us will thrive on, and hopefully for many years to come. And the actions we take today, the way we conduct our duties as journalists, and the way we go about Ghana football will determine whether the game will grow or not. And I'm happy that, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was asking who's the spokesman for Chelsea, for instance. No one knows. So as journalists, I'm included, we have to go to the fundamentals, and that is to do proper journalism. And proper journalism in sports means 99% coverage of the sport itself. We can reserve 1% for all the political talk. And the politicians must also understand that for things to get better, there must be space for criticism. But that same space that allows for criticism must also permit us to say where there's good. A lot of us, lamp up and say, oh, as journalists, we are talking. As journalists, we are operating as this. Our duty is to criticize. But your duty is also to tell the truth of where there's progress. Our duty is also to say that in journalism, there's balance. When you say A, you must say B. And the truth is that not everybody, but there are some within the journalism fraternity who would never find good with this person. So what that means is that their focus is just the negative. There are journalists also on the other side who would also not find anything wrong. And this is why I plead that we should take a middle stream. The middle stream is that we stay on course, we nudge the FA where they go wrong, but we keep to the soul of the game. When I was starting off as a journalist in Ghana, I remember I would spend either Thursday or Friday, go to the Olympics training grounds or Heart of Oak training grounds. Those were the teams in Accra that I could cover. But today, just like the way we would criticize the administrators, in the same way, we are too comfortable. The internet has provided us with everything. But how many of us are doing this legwork? And I sit and I admire a lot of the times when people comment about, oh, this player has done this in Europe, this player has done that in Europe, this player has done that in Europe. It is possible we can do it.